What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another video. So obviously today we get the news that the NBA has just released the Lakers schedule, and I got to tell you guys, I'm extremely pleased with the schedule thus far. I'm gonna break it down for you guys game by game. I can't wait. This is like probably my favorite time of the year. You know, we got 2K around the corner, brand new schedule just dropped. Can't wait to break it down piece by piece, and we're gonna see exactly. We're going to try to predict a realistic outcome for the season, guys. So I'll be definitely getting you guys involved as well. And I want to see what you guys think. And we're going to be voting on what games we got in the bag, which ones we think we may win, and which ones are going to be harder. But I can't wait, guys. Season's around the corner. We got maybe like a month to go before we start getting preseason basketball. So that should be fun as well. Super excited, guys. But right off the bat, if you guys can't see the schedule on NBA.com, it's probably because the website is overloaded or a lot of people trying to go on there. But here we go. Let's kick it off, man. Game one of the regular season. Now, I'm not going to do preseason predictions because they're irrelevant. But let's start with the regular season. Let's go with game one. Obviously, we play the LA Clippers. Y'all know how we feel about them. And everybody drop a thumbs up if y'all hate the Clippers. Bottom line is we face the Clippers game one, 7:30 on TNT. Now, the good news about this season is that the good news for the East Coast people, Laker fans out there, the games at 7:30 have been cut down from 7:30 to probably like 5 or 6 o'clock. Not sure exactly with the specifics. I haven't really checked. But they trimmed down the amount of games from 19 last season to 10 this year. So that's exciting for the people on the East Coast. Now, for those of us that work on the West Coast, we might miss a couple of games at 7:30. Of course, me being lucky enough to pick my schedule at Amazon, I'll never miss a game because I work early in the morning. So all in all, it's good news for me. I'll get to go to sleep on time and all that good stuff, man. And the quicker Laker games come on, the better. But anyways, let's kick it off. Game one versus the LA Clippers, October 22nd. Mark your calendars. That's the first whoop ass we're going to hand out, and it's going to be on October 22nd. Now, I definitely expect a whoop ass, especially since I think Paul George is going to be out with that shoulder injury still. I'm not sure, but even if he was there, I prefer him to be there to be witnessing his team getting demolished. Should be a dub. So I'm going to mark that one in the win section, no doubt. So right off the bat, we're going to start off the season hot with a dub. Game two, this one is on Friday, October 25th versus the Utah Jazz at 7:30. Going to be aired on ESPN. Now, we know that the Utah Jazz have definitely improved with the trade of Mike Conley. Obviously, that's an upgrade. Anytime you can swap out, Ricky Rubio, I believe, for Mike Conley, that's a huge dub. So Mike Conley's a nice little two-way player. He's going to add to Donovan Mitchell. You guys know I'm a big Donovan Mitchell fan. He's probably the shiftiest player since Dwayne Wade. So that's a good team to play game two, and it's definitely going to be a test. But luckily, we'll be rested because that's 3 days later. Now, I believe it's going to be a dub. What do you guys think, though? Dub, L? If you're not sure, I'll mark it in the middle. I think that's a dub. What do you guys think, man? I see a bunch of W's, so I'm going to go with a dub right there. Let's move it along for game three of the season. Now, the schedule started off kind of on the easier side this year, which is a change because the past couple of seasons, we've had it rough from October to December, and then it starts getting better around January. But this year, I mean, we're facing teams like the Charlotte Hornets. That's going to be our third game of the season. Obviously, that's a dub as well. And then we got the Memphis Grizzlies. That should be a dub. So we can get off the gate if we take care of business early on. We can get off the gate with a 4-game win streak, and then we got the Dallas Mavericks. Definitely should be a dub as well, especially with the roster we have this season. We're not playing any games, guys. No games. So right off the bat, schedule makers, thank you. NBA making sure that the Lakers get the right chemistry this year. They want to see us compete. So there you go. Those are the first 5 games, and we got 5 dubs on the board. Now it gets a little bit harder because we got to go and face San Antonio in San Antonio on November 19th. I'm sorry, November the 3rd. Sorry, November the 3rd, we face San Antonio. So what do you guys think? We know Popovich. We know that he likes to scheme. He has a game plan for the Lakers. They make it tough every time. I still think it's a dub, but I'm going to head over to the comment section for this one. This could very well be the first loss. We're going to catch losses this season, so we have to be realistic. What do you guys think? If I see more W's, I'm going there. What's up, everybody? Welcome, man. Brand new season around the corner. I can't wait. I see a dub, so I'm going to put us in the win section right there as well. All right, so we went to San Antonio and we escaped with a victory that night. And then after that, we got the Chicago Bulls. That definitely has to be a dub. But once in a while, I'm going to hand us a loss because, load management and all that's going to play a factor into it. So if there's a pretty decent team, don't be surprised if I put it in the loss column just to keep it kind of realistic. We don't want to exaggerate the win-loss category. Now we got the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat added Jimmy Butler, but Dwayne Wade has retired. They traded away Hassan Whiteside. So, I mean, they're a tough matchup once in a while, but that should still be a victory. I'm still going dub right there as well. Looking good, man. That's 8-0 to start. Then the Toronto Raptors. Now, they are the defending champions. Last I checked, they still have Pascal Siakam, Serge Ibaka, Marc Gasol, Kyle Lowry. They're very formidable team. So this one is at home, though. What do you guys think? At home versus Toronto, I think we have a great shot. Obviously, we're the favorites to win it all this year, in my mind. So I'm thinking a dub, only because it's at home. If it was on the road, then I might give them the dub. But, yeah, I'm going to go dub as well. So that's a 9-0 start. Again, shout out to the schedule makers. Now we got Tuesday at Phoenix. Now, this is one of those trap games I like to call. When you come in, hype, we're 9-0 to start the season, and we're overlooking Phoenix. And this one is in Phoenix. It should be a victory, but you never know. Sometimes games like that can go south. Guys don't show up for the game or whatever. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is going to be one of those fall games, or should I just continue with the safe side and just go victory right there? Because if you guys think victory, then it is a victory. Okay. So then that would mean we started 10-0. At this point of the season, we'd be 10-0 heading into, or actually Golden State coming to our house. So now we got Golden State on ESPN. This is one of those games that comes out on national television. And, Curry's going to show up for it. D'Angelo's going to be trying to show up his ex-team. This is one of those teams that we could be in danger of losing. I see some L's, so I'm going to go with the loss section, which is still pretty good. We'd be 10-1 at that point. Then moving forward, we got the Sacramento Kings. That is November 15 on a Friday. That should be a dub. That should definitely be a dub. They have a nice up-and-coming young team, but obviously they have Luke Walton, and he's known to lose games for young up-and-coming teams. He makes sure that he makes the worst substitutions. So that's going to go in the W for us right there. That means we're 11-1. After the Sacramento Kings, we got the Atlanta Hawks. Now, you guys know how I feel about Trae Young. That young man is special. He's going to be fun to watch. They did a great job in the draft, adding young pieces as well. But that should be a dub. We got Anthony Davis. We got LeBron. We got DeMarcus. We got Kuzma. We're stacked. So we're going to roll up in there and take that victory. Actually, they're coming to us. So that's definitely a victory. Then we got the OKC Thunder that are no longer – they don't have any more lightning. They traded away Russell Westbrook. They traded away Paul George. And that's an easy dub right there, even though no win in the NBA truly is easy. But I'm going to go in that direction. I'm feeling cocky. I'm feeling confident. And after that, we face OKC again. This time is in their house, though. So just to keep it on the realistic side, I'm going to go ahead and say that's going to be one of them games where we might drop just because we've been winning a lot. Somebody takes a night off, Chris Paul, or I don't know, anybody. Some no-name guy is going to come in and drop a career night. Just give us an L just because for the sake of keeping this thing realistic. We know it's a long season. There's injuries, God forbid, but there's load management, all that good stuff. We're bound to lose some games that we should have won. Thunder could be won on the road after beating them at home. Then we got the Memphis Grizzlies. There has to be a win every time we see them. They're too young, unexperienced. They traded away Mike Conley and everybody that used to give us problems. Has to be a win. So far, guys, to start off the season, right, we'd be 14-2. And that's what that Thunder loss that we should have won, right? So the schedule makers did us a huge favor, man. That first quarter of the season, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy because we have a favorable schedule for the first time in a long time. So after Memphis, we go to San Antonio. Now, that's another one of those games. I gave us the victory when he was at home. Did I give us a victory or the loss? What do you guys think? Should I go with a dub at San Antonio November 25th? Yeah, November 25th at San Antonio. Let's go with the L because they got Popovich, and you already know. I don't want to say any names, but he pissed me off. If you guys didn't see the scrimmage between the blue and the white team for Team USA, he gave Kyle Kuzma the least amount of minutes. So I was really tight with Popovich. I was like, man, I can't wait for the season to start. And and hopefully Kuzma gets him back for that, because Kuzma was hooping, man. And there was a little short stint in the fourth quarter where he dropped 5 straight buckets. It was a nice 3 and a driving dunk, and he just yanked them out. So I don't know what it is about San Antonio and Popovich, but they got something against us, man. Next game, we're going up against the Pelicans. Now, this is one of those games that you have to mark on the calendar. You have to mark on the calendar. This is the first time that Anthony Davis goes back. The first time Anthony Davis goes back to New Orleans. And this is, you know, all those young cats, potentially Brandon Ingram if he's healthy by then, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart. You know, you're going to have Zion Williamson there. They're going to try to show us up. So this is one of those games where I really got to go to the public and ask you guys, what do you guys think? You guys think their adrenaline will get them past us, or are we just too talented with our 2 mega stars and all the other great role players? Okay, I see W. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Rockwood Laker Nation, and that will give us our 15th win of the season. I see the pattern here. Y'all can't give the Lakers 2 losses in a row this season, right? That's good. That just means that we have that type of roster. Mentally, you know, we have to be locked in, though, because it's a long, long season, man. Long season. And then, okay, after New Orleans, we come back home and play the Washington Wizards November 25th. Again, the schedule so far, very easy. I'm giving us a dub there, obviously. And then we got Dallas again at home, giving us another dub there. We have to execute this year. See, what separates good teams from great teams is you defeat the teams you're supposed to defeat on a night in and night out basis. So last season, obviously, we were young, unexperienced, where this year we got a bunch of vets. We got LeBron. We have Anthony Davis. We got Boogie. We got Danny Green, a champion. You know, we have to get those wins. So let's see, where were we? We said Dallas, right? Yep, that was Dallas. That was let me see here. Washington, Dallas. Okay, so Dallas was our last victory. Then we're headed off to Denver. That's going to be a tough game in the Mile High. The Mile High is going to be tough. Obviously, it's hard to breathe up there. You know, they have a great team. Realistically, that could be an L unless the Lakers bring their A game that night and everybody goes off. But I'm just to be realistic, again, putting it in the loss section because they do pose a threat to us in the West. And they're really good at home always. After that, we're going to Utah. Now, Utah, like I said, they have improved. They still have one of the top defensive player of the years in Rudy Gobert, and they got better defensively in the perimeter. Donovan Mitchell, it's not really a slouch out there either, so he can hold his own. That could be another loss, but remember the theme. It's going to be hard for us to get back-to-back losses with a roster like this. So what do you guys think? I see a couple of L's, a couple of dubs. Do we beat Utah in Salt Lake City, or do we come home with a 2 L's right there? Let me count them. 1, 2. Okay, I see more L's and dubs. Okay, I'm starting to get dubs right there. All right, I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna say that's a W, man, because we had just lost the previous night. So I'm gonna go with a W right there versus the Utah Jazz. After that, let's see what we got. We got Portland. Ooh, that's gonna be a hard road trip. So we're gonna have Denver, Utah, and then Portland coming up December 6th. Portland is a tough matchup always, and they're hard to play, especially in Portland. So I'm going to go ahead and give them the benefit of the doubt here. You know, Lakers are going to take nights off. We know. Even when a team is stacked, there's nights when they don't show up. That's just what happens. It's a long season, man. So let's just say that was one of the nights conveniently happened at Portland. Up next, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves. That has to be a win. Now, I know they've given us fits in the past, but that has to be a win. You know, other than Karl Anthony Towns, I don't really see too much firepower from the Timberwolves. To me, they were better defensively when they had Tom Thibodeau. Now he's no longer there. So, hey, what's good, bro? How you doing? Just you know, breaking down the schedule so far. So try not to get lost here. All right. So that was, who did we just mention? Let me see. That was Minnesota. Okay, that was December 8th, Minnesota. Now we got Orlando. Now we're headed off to Orlando, you know, to face the Magic. They got young talent, but we should win. I mean, we got everything we need, all the firepower, the coaching, everything. There's no excuses this season. So I'm going to go ahead and give us that victory right there at Orlando. Then we going to Miami. At Miami, again, Jimmy Butler is a tough cover. Goran Dragic sometimes likes to go off against the Lakers, but that's a dub. That's a dub if everything goes well. At Miami, that should be a good road trip. Then to round it off versus Indiana. Now, Indiana's a tough matchup. Victor Oladipo is going to be coming back. They're one of those teams that can show up from time to time, and they play better in Indiana. What do you guys think? Should I give us a loss to keep it realistic, or you guys confident that that'll turn out to be a dub as well? I mean, how y'all feeling about the Pacers this season, man? I want to see all you guys throw up your L's or dubs. I see a couple of dubs, a couple of L's. I see 3 L's in a row. Okay, let me count them out. Okay. L versus the Pacers. All right, let's go loss just to see what we come out with by the end of these calculations, man, just to, again, make it a little more realistic. Then after, let's see who we got here. After Indiana, we got the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is going to show up to that game. That one's on TNT. Giannis on TNT is tough. Now, Milwaukee, they want to be an Eastern Conference contender, but honestly, I don't see it. I think Philadelphia is going to come out of the East this year. I really do. But what do you guys think? Do we beat Milwaukee with Giannis, coming off of an MVP season? Well, outside of Giannis, I don't see too many threats other than Eric Bledsoe. For some reason, seems to have he seems to go off every season versus the Lakers when he faces us. Except when we had Lonzo, sometimes he'll put the clamps on him. But let's go victory right there. Let's just say gut check. We're gonna go victory right there. It's gonna be one of those tough games, just like last season when we eked out a win versus the Boston Celtics. Now that was a great game with Rondo hitting the buzzer beater. Now, we're coming off of Milwaukee, and we're going back home to play the Denver Nuggets. Now, on the schedule, I gave us a loss the last time. So I'm going to go ahead and give us a dub this time. Let's say we did our homework and came back and scouted them properly. We stopped Jamal Murray this time, and we limited Nikolai Jokic. So back home versus Denver, that should be a dub, hopefully, if everything goes well. Tough team again. Tough team. After that, we face the LA Clippers, and they should be healthy by then, so no excuses. I'm putting dub every time we face the Clippers. There's no way I'm giving them anything. So that's an easy dub. Well, not easy, but that should be a dub. And then we go back to Portland again to face Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. Now, the Portland Trailblazers are one of the most polarizing teams this season because nobody knows what they're going to be. And a lot of that is going to depend on Hassan Whiteside. Is he going to be the motivated Hassan Whiteside, the one that was destroying when he first got to Miami? Or is he going to, start complaining about something and tripping out? But all in all, tough game at Portland. I gave us the loss last time, right? I gave us the loss last time. Should I give us the win? Or should that be, realistically speaking, could that potentially be a loss? What do you guys think? I see some dubs. I see some L's. The next 3 in a row gets all right. That's a dub. All right. So we're gonna come out victorious on top of Portland. I like how this is looking so far. So far, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 dubs to 6 losses in the season. If that happens, we're going to be breaking records this year, man. But I'll say this. The schedule makers really looked out for us. Then we got Dallas after that. That's a dub. Like I said, good teams have to beat these little smaller teams. Even though Porzingis, if he comes back healthy, that's going to be a little bit of a scarier team. Obviously, with their rookie last season balling out. Then we got the Phoenix Suns. I said last time it was a trap game, but they're coming to our house this time. So we're going to get a dub there. The New Orleans Pelicans on TNT, they're coming to our house. Again, this is one of those young up-and-coming teams that has a lot of fire, especially with the young players we traded away looking to prove themselves. Is that a dub or is it a loss? I say it's a dub. Let's see what Laker Nation votes. They say dub as well. All right, we're going to go dub. I see your guys' point of view because they are young and unexperienced, and throughout history, youth doesn't really win too much. So that will be a tough game because they're coming back here. A lot of those young guys are going to be looking to prove themselves, especially on national TV. That's a 7:30. That's one of the few 7:30 tip-off games here in LA. So that one's going to be aired on national television, and everybody's going to be watching. Then we got the Detroit Pistons. Now the Pistons, they added Derrick Rose, Blake Griffin balled out last season. I think they still have Drummond, right? They still have Drummond, but that should be a dub, man. Detroit Pistons are not that nice. They're not that nice. They're one of those teams that are like in the middle of nowhere. They're not rebuilding or contending, so they should just trade everybody away and start from scratch. Then you got the New York Knicks. Y'all know how I feel about the Knicks, but that should definitely be a dub. Even though Julius Randle, that's going to be intriguing to watch. And Julius Randle, if you guys have been paying attention to his Instagram, he's been lifting. He's been getting cut up, man. His body-wise, he looks the best ever. and I'm truly cheering for that kid in New York to make it happen, man. But he got paid. What is he making? Like 20 mil. So I'm happy for him already and his family. He put himself in a good position to succeed. But come on, man, Julius Randle, bro, I gotta put that in the dub section right there. Even though y'all know how I feel about New York. Then we going back to Dallas. That's a dub. We're going to Oklahoma City. I gave them 1 win in the season. That's it. That's another dub right there. Cleveland, that's a dub. Man, we're looking dominant so far, guys. And then we got the Orlando Magic. Should be a dub. Then the Houston Rockets in Houston. Question mark. James Harden, Russell Westbrook combining to probably break records in drawing fouls this season, man. They're going to be annoying to guard. I'm going to tell you right now. James Harden and Russell Westbrook, annoying. I'm going to put them in we're going to take an L that night. I'm going to put it as that just simply because, again, national televised game, a big story, LeBron and AD versus Russ and Harden. And, every time we face the Houston Rockets, James Harden gets the craziest calls. Like, bro, you can't even look at him hard before it's a technical. So, I mean, if he's doing that, imagine what kind of calls Russell Westbrook's going to be getting. God, that's going to be a nightmare. But, yeah, let's say that's a loss. And then we're going to go to Boston. Now, Boston, they feel like they upgraded. They were talking smack about Kyrie, okay, and they feel like Kemba Walker's more of a team player. I don't see it. I think Kyrie took the fall for the loss that season. But all in all, I just see them as a middle of the road type of team. Like, they could be good, or maybe they'll just stay the same. But I'm gonna give ourselves a dub because y'all know I hate Boston, and there's no way that I'm conceding a win to them at all. Then we're going back to New York, to the Mecca, and we're gonna play the Knicks. That should be a dub every time. So I'm gonna go there, dub. Then we're gonna go to Brooklyn. They got Kyrie now. They're a tough matchup, so this could be one of the little tough games. Let's just say that night we weren't firing on all cylinders. Let's go loss to try to keep it real. Then we got Philadelphia. Man, Philadelphia to me is the scariest team in the league besides the Lakers because they have a little bit of everything. They have some size, obviously, inside. Their only weakness is Ben Simmons, and what I mean by that is he hasn't developed a jumper. If he does that, if he figures that out, then people are going to be in trouble. But let's say we're going to lose that night. Let's just say a long season, we're going to take some L's. We lost the game versus Philadelphia at Philadelphia. Then we got the Clippers again. That's an easy dub. Put that in the win section. Then we got Portland. At home, we should beat them. That's a dub. Sacramento in Sacramento should be a dub. Let's see here. San Antonio. They're coming to us. So, again, long season. Let's go loss. Keep it real. Keep it 100. Let's see. After San Antonio, we got the Houston Rockets again. Now, they beat us last time, so I'm going to give us a win this time, guys. I'm going to give us a win. There's no way that they're going to sweep us at all. So then we got Golden State at Golden State. Now, I need you guys right here. Golden State at Golden State. They're one of those polarizing teams. Now, they lost Kevin Durant, obviously. Klay Thompson's injured. Does D'Angelo Russell take that leap in his career that all Laker fans have been expecting him to make for a long time? Does he or does he not? Now, that's the big question. What do you guys think? Do you guys truly believe in D'Angelo Russell with the Golden State Warriors, or do you guys think they just didn't want to lose KD for nothing and they signed him? Did you guys think they just signed him to potentially trade him away in the future? Insert your comments in the section right now. Very excited to see what you guys think. That's a W. All right, let's go W. Let's go W. But what do you guys think? D'Angelo Russell working or not? Hey, what's up, T? How you doing? All right, we got some people that believe that it works, but some people think it's a desperate move. Okay, that's interesting. I think D'Angelo has a lot of potential, and I think it's going to make him more lethal to play alongside Steph Curry. Now, defensively, they're going to struggle because obviously Curry is trash on defense, and D'Angelo's not that much better. So they're going to struggle there. But offensively, they're going to be a nightmare, especially off of pick and pops and stuff like that. We all know Steve Kerr is a master at drawing up his shooters to get wide open. So we'll see what happens there. But he could potentially be taking his career to the next level. You heard it here first. But I gave us a victory there versus the Golden State Warriors at Golden State. Now we got the Phoenix Suns. That should be a dub. Again, separating ourselves from the okay teams and just making sure we beat these poor teams. Then we got Denver at Denver. At Denver is really tough. So, again, I'm going lost column right there. Memphis, Memphis Grizzlies coming to town. That'll be around February 23rd. So by this time, we're already getting closer to the playoffs. The team's starting to round into shape, and they're starting to come around third base, and they're headed for home. So this is the time of the season around February where we already know our identity. We know what our strengths are, where we need to improve in everything, right? If we can get this many victories by then we're going to be firing on all cylinders confidence-wise, and then you can start resting guys like Anthony Davis and LeBron James certain nights, right? So this might be one of those nights, that we rest them when we go off and face a team like Memphis. Still, we should get the victory. And we got Boston. I'm not conceding any victories to them, so let's go dub there. Then we got the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, we've been taking every matchup, so to keep it real, we're going to give them one of them. Let's give the Pelicans one of the wins. And then at Golden State, again, I'm going to stick to the loss column there. And then we got at Memphis. That's a dub. Easy. And then at at New Orleans again. Wow. We really faced the Pelicans 4 times this year. So you guys aren't really going to get to miss Lonzo and Brandon Ingram for too long. Seriously. But I'm going to go victory there again. That's interesting. 4 times this season. Wow. We really get to face the Hornets. The Pelicans a lot. I'm not used to calling them the Pelicans. I still think, to me, they're the Hornets. But that's interesting. We're going to face them 4 times this year. Then we got Philadelphia. This time we should beat them. If we lost to them once, we got to redeem ourselves. Then we got Milwaukee. We beat them last time, so let's get them a victory there. After that, let's see who we got here. Milwaukee. We got the Clippers. Dub every time. Joke franchise. And then we got Brooklyn. The Brooklyn Nets win because they're coming to our house this time. Houston Rockets. Now, by now, I gave them a victory, and I took a victory for us. So we got the Houston Rockets at around March 20th. March 20th, Houston Rockets at home. Do you guys say victory or loss? What do you guys think? Now, so far, we're in March 20th. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 40, 49 wins. All right, if we can have 49 wins, this will get us to our 50th win. 50th win, March 20th. We're ahead of schedule, guys. 50 wins, and we'd only have, let's see here, we'd only have 14 losses. So 50 to 14, I will take that every day of the year, man. That would be amazing, guys. If you guys truly believe that we can get 50 wins plus, and remember, by now we're only in March 20th. Wait, what was it, March 20th? No, actually, it was March 12th. March 12th versus the Houston Rockets, I think. What was the last team I mentioned? See, I already forgot just talking to you guys. So if you guys remember, what was the last team where I was just talking right now and I mentioned? I think I just gave us a victory as well. So got to make sure we get back on track here. You guys remember what was the last team I mentioned? Let me know in the comment section. The Houston Rockets. Thank you. All right, so that was March 12th. March 12th, Houston Rockets. And we got Denver. Denver's tough, but I'm going to go victory simply because they're coming to our house there. And we got Utah at Utah. It's hard to play in Salt Lake City. Let's give ourselves a loss there. But then we got Utah again off of a back-to-back. Utah coming back. Now we play them at home then. So we're going to go win there. We got Charlotte. That's a win. I'm trying to speed it up, guys, so I can break it all down for you. Then we got Detroit. That should be a win. Toronto. At Toronto, that probably could be a loss. Canada, they really, y'all seen this season, they won the championship. They really get fired up in Canada. That's a great fan base, other than the fact that obviously they cheered for Kevin Durant. But all in all, they support their team. And okay, so now we got at Cleveland. That should definitely be a victory, man. And then March 28th at Washington, go and win there. None of these teams really pose a threat to us unless we're really injury plagued. That's crazy, right? So none of these teams really pose a threat to the Lakers. I don't remember the last time we were this much of a dominating force on paper. Now, I can't wait to see that translate to the court because that'll make it really, really fun. But by then, so we were at Washington. Now we got at Minnesota. I'm going to give them a win there for the sake of realism. And then Indiana, they're coming to our house, so that's a win for us. At Sacramento, that should be a win. Oklahoma City, that should be a win. Coming to our house. Chicago, that should be a win. And then the final 4 games, we got Golden State, Minnesota, and Sacramento, and Phoenix. So I'm going to say Golden State. I'm putting the loss column just to keep it real. And we got Minnesota. I'll put them in the loss column too. There'll be some games. By now, we're already in the playoffs. We pretty much secured our probably first seed. And, guys are taking nights off. So these are potential games that we could lose. Then we got Sacramento. Even with guys taking a night off, we have to beat them. Even though De'Aaron Fox is nice. I'll say that. And then the Phoenix Suns at Phoenix. Let's say we benched everybody just for the – we played the G League guys, Horton and all of them got to play. So let's just round that out and give us a loss. So now this is crazy, guys. This is pretty crazy. So if I count this right, based on what we just predicted now, if you guys believe that to be accurate, if everything goes right, obviously rotations have to be right. We can't be injured very often. And we have to develop chemistry quick for this to happen. But my prediction is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 62 wins. 62 wins and 20 losses. That's what I came up with. Think about that. That if we get to 62 wins after winning like less than 50 for 8 straight seasons, come on now. If we get to 62 wins and 20 losses, that will be a heck of a season. That's all I'm saying. But the schedule makers, I'm telling you, not just the fact that the Lakers got better, but they really spread out. That truly spread out all the contending teams. Like we get to face probably like 4 to 5 lottery teams before we face 1 to 2 contenders. So that's a good percentage. Now I know obviously things will happen. It's a long season. There will be some drama. There will be some injuries. Stuff like that. So to keep it realistic, we got 62 on here. I'm sure we'll lose probably like 5 more. So subtract from 62, subtract 5, we get 57 wins. So my prediction for the season is going to be 57 wins, which is still very good. That's first place material. I'm talking, I'm talking first place in the West. I'm talking not a cakewalk through the West to the finals, but it's going to be, obviously we have home court, and we're going to be doing great. So we can get 57 wins. Wow. That's all I got to say. But that's pretty much what the schedule is showing me, that we have a lot of potential this year, and we're going to be good. Based off of the roster, we upgraded our coaching staff dearly. Now, I feel sorry for the Sacramento Kings because they have to go through the learning curve that is having Luke Walton as your head coach. We already suffered through that. So it's going to actually be night and day when we actually see these guys implement a half-court offense. But all in all, 57 wins sounds really realistic for me. If anything goes above that, I'm ecstatic. But go ahead. What do you guys think? Does 57 sound good to you guys? I see anywhere between 56 to 60, 65 wins. I like that. What do you guys think, man? I really like the schedule this season, man, especially to start off the first 15 games or so. Man, if we can get off the gate fast, that's really going to do great, like wonders for our confidence this season, especially for the younger guys. He said, no, 52 wins. 52 wins is still solid. Still very solid. Anything above 50, I'm happy with. Anything above 50. He said 74. 74 would be insane. 74 would be insane. He said, this is a total different team from last year. That's 37. It's history, different team. This team has like 9 chips and no Luke, major difference, 56 to 60 wins. I agree with you, Kevin. And that's pretty much what we predicted. I mean, obviously here, we get 62 wins, but that's if everything goes well. Now, 82 game season is a very long season. A lot can change from here to there. There could even be a trade. You never know. What if, let's say, DeMarcus Cousins and Rondo get into it? God forbid. It probably won't happen. They've already been teammates. But worst case scenario, 2 teammates in the locker room get into it. One of them gets traded, and now we got a new piece to integrate. Anything can happen. Long season. But I will say this. Lakers have a lot of potential this year, and I'm getting excited just thinking about it, just looking at that schedule. Opening night is going to be crazy, facing the Clippers on October 22nd. If you guys have noticed something, the league has done a great job of keeping our hype going. Look, we just dropped the schedule today, so that's huge. That'll pretty much give us a glimpse into the future and see how the Lakers could potentially match up versus everybody. But seriously, like 55, 57, 60 wins, all of that sounds great. I would not be disappointed if we get anything above 50. Now, anything below 50, I'd be highly disappointed. Honestly, we are too good to get anything below 50, but that's probably not going to happen. Most likely it's going to be anywhere between 55 and 62. That's my prediction. But my true prediction, if I have to drop one number, is 57. Now, if you guys agree with me, go ahead and drop a thumbs up. If you guys have any questions, Laker related, now's your time, guys. Take it away. I'm here for you guys. He said, Anthony Caruso looking forward to his come up. Anthony Caruso? I think you mean Alex Caruso. Yes. Alex Caruso was promised more playing time with the Lakers. So I'll say this. If he can earn playing time on this roster, then that means he's doing really well for himself. Because think about it. This roster is actually pretty deep. We have Quinn Cook. We have Rondo. We're gonna have plenty of guys there that could potentially fill up the guard rotations. So for Alex Caruso to crack it, he's gonna have to keep that same energy that he had to end the season. Now let's not forget that towards the end of the season, a lot of teams are either A, tanking, or B, resting star players, and that's why we got to see Alex Caruso truly explode. But if he can kind of play similar to that, to start the season, then definitely expect him to be in the rotation and getting major minutes. That's a good one. He said, where do you find the schedule? You can find it on NBA.com, even though their website could be full of traffic right now. But you can find it there, or you can find it on ESPN.com. I'm not sure if they posted it yet. Or definitely on Twitter. If you guys already haven't, go ahead and give me a follow, man, at Dan the Lakers fan. And don't forget to leave that thumbs up, man. Truly helps the channel out. So thank you guys for that. But I'm excited, man. I'm telling you, I could already smell it. This season is going to be great. It's around the corner, and so many things to look forward to. Not just the Lakers, not just for the Lakers. Other teams as well, for the first time in a long time, feel like they have a shot at a championship. I mean, Denver Nuggets fans think they have a shot. Basically, anybody who has a star or two that are pretty good and some good role players believe they have a shot, including the crazy-ass Clippers. They actually think they have a shot, even though they're cursed and they're never going to make it out of the second round. But everybody thinks they have a shot. So it's an exciting time, guys. It feels like Christmas. When we get that brand spanking, schedule to drop, it just feels like Christmas. He said, hey, Dan, if we win in the 70+, follow me on Twitter. I got you, Chris. That's a bet. That's a bet for sure. Hey, Dan, we're coming for teams' heads this year. Did you hear about Montrezl Harrell being salty about Kyle Kuzma being better than him? Any thoughts? Yeah, Montrezl Harrell's not even in the same conversation as Kuzma. He had one good season where he was basically a good role player that could hustle, he exceeded expectations for 1 year. But he's still undersized for his position. He still can't shoot consistently. Kyle Kuzma is just on a different dynamic. He can play anywhere from stretch. He could be a 2-guard, 3, 4, and even some small ball 5 in today's NBA. So you need a commodity like Kyle Kuzma way more than you need a role player like Montrezl Harrell. You can find guys like that all the time. Look, Kenneth Farid's on the market right now as a free agent. So those are my thoughts on that. DTLF, I have the Lakers going 66-16. That's not bad. I mean, hey, if that happens, like I said, anything above 50, I'm ecstatic. So Dan, you know the Lakers? Absolutely, man, from top to bottom. So they call me DTLF. He said, Harrell is the next Ben Wallace. Get out of here, man. Now you're hyping him way too much. You must have forgot who Ben Wallace was. This guy was a defensive player of the year. Till Montrezl Harrell becomes that, then come talk to me. No way. Dan, can you check out my channel? #GoLakers. Sure, man. When this video posts up, just drop it in the description, and I'll definitely click on the link when I get a chance. Kostas Antetokounmpo will dominate? You think so? I don't think he's going to get too much playing time unless he makes like huge strides and leaps from his game. Now, he's very raw still. I've seen him play. He's very raw. He didn't get too much playing time even with the Dallas Mavericks, so it's going to be even harder with a contending team like the Lakers. Predictions for Cousins this season. Now, realistically, if I have to throw a number out there off the top of my head, depends on if he starts or not. But let's say he starts, I think he will average anywhere between 15 and 17 points per game, which is really good. especially for him coming off his injury, with maybe like 6 rebounds and 2 to 3 assists, which is good for a big man. Now, let's not forget Boogie's very good in the paint. He can pass out of double teams. He has great court vision. He's nifty, kind of similar to Karl Malone with the passes, where he's good at handing them off and doing little bounce passes and stuff like that. So I think DeMarcus Cousins, anywhere from 15 to 17 and 6 rebounds I'd be ecstatic with that, because we didn't have that coming off the bench or starting last season, right? From the big man position. He said, I got us winning 56 games. That's not bad, Jonathan. 56 is right around, like I said, my prediction is 57 to 62, anywhere in between. I think that's my prediction, based on the schedule. I mean, we got a very favorable start. We haven't had a favorable start like this in years. So that's good. And I think the NBA is smart. They know the Lakers are on the come up, and they want to give us some steam so we could, take off like a rocket early on. And then, all the hype will be behind us. So those nationally televised games carry more weight when we face off versus other heavyweights. And that's what the NBA tends to do. It's kind of weird how it works. Instead of, if you're a weaker team, they give you easier schedule. No, if you're a better team, they give you easier schedule. And as you guys know, we were struggling the past couple of years, and we had it hard to start. So the fact that they cut back-to-backs, the fact that, there's games are going to air earlier for the most part, I'm excited for it all. Dan, I want to see how the Nuggets use Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant, I forget they had him, man. Jeremy Grant is a nice piece, especially defensively. I like his wingspan and his he's very athletic as well. So he's a hungry young player. He's still very young, and I like his game. He said people are disrespecting Vogel and the coaching staff on ESPN. #idiots. Let them. I like it. Let them, because that means that everybody, including the coaching staff, is gonna have a chip on their shoulder, and they're gonna come out. We're going to hit him like Ali with that right jab and that shuffle. It's going to be beautiful to watch, You got to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. And that's what the Lakers have to do. We have to be graceful, but we have to be vicious at the same time. So let them trash us. Let them, not vote for LeBron as an MVP candidate. Let them think we're not going to win the championship, because that's going to be so much sweeter when we're on top. And I can't wait for it. Final questions, man. Final thoughts before I get off. It's always fun breaking down the schedule, man. I can't believe it. This is probably like my 3rd year doing it for you guys on YouTube, and it's always a blast, man. So thank you guys for showing up. But you said LeBron MVP. What you think? I think that's very possible, but one name to look out for, Anthony Davis. Now, let's not forget that he becomes a free agent at the end of the year if he decides to, and LeBron James is going to do everything in his power to make sure that he's comfortable here and he eats, meaning I think Anthony Davis is actually going to be the MVP this year. But either way, man, if it's a Laker, I'm ecstatic. I'm all about the Lakers. So if it's Anthony Davis or LeBron, either one, I'm ecstatic. And I just can't wait, guys. I know I said that probably like a million times, but it's true. I talk basketball every day at work with my coworkers, with my friends, with everybody, So pretty much we're around the corner, and I can't wait. If you guys haven't picked it up, go ahead and try that Madden. I actually liked it this year. I know some people have destroyed it on their reviews, but it's actually pretty fun this year. We're going to have the Rams preseason to watch for now. Just trying to kill time till training camp starts is just, man. Again, if you guys haven't seen that show, The Boys, go ahead and check that out. It's definitely worth your time. So, again, trying to help out and make sure you guys have some entertainment, for that way when the season starts, we're going to have fun together, man. But I can't wait for that, guys. Keep it locked right here for all things Lakers. That's going to do it for 2019-2020 Lakers schedule prediction. So we ended up with 62 wins on paper. I'm going to lower it a little bit to 57 to keep it a little bit more realistic. But go ahead and share your comments, concerns, and all that good stuff in the comment section after this video streams. I definitely try to reply to as many as possible. And thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you already haven't, please subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one, Laker Nation.